Hey guys, today we're talking about can you wash your car in freezing weather? Let's get started. First off, when we say freezing, we're talking about minus 15 to minus 25 degrees Celsius, give or take, okay? I know that's not cold for northerners, but for southerners it's frigid. We're focusing on this range for our central region, alright? Those who've ever asked such a question have probably asked their friends, experienced drivers, and heard horror stories about someone washing their car in the cold, resulting in burst headlights, shattered glass, and everything freezing over. When water freezes, it expands, causing things to burst and freeze. Is that really what happens, though? Look, if it's 30 or 40 degrees below zero, then maybe we needn't. But if it's the milder frost I mentioned earlier, 10, 15, 20 degrees below zero, you can wash a car, but only if you follow certain guidelines, which I'll discuss later. There are also practical examples. I'd suggest ideally you should wash your car before severe frost set in. What does that entail? Just keep an eye on the weather. If there's a thaw, and you're always driving on slushy roads, is there any point in washing your car? No. You'll drive to work and it'll get covered in dirty snow, sand, salt, and de-ices. Self-serve washes in the evening. When it's around freezing, that's fine. You can wash outside. I managed to dry it too. But if it's colder, use an indoor bay. Ideally, wash before it freezes. If you miss that chance and your car's filthy when it's minus 20 or minus 25 out, what then? You can wash. But the first key condition is not on the street. That's crucial. You or staff can wash, doesn't matter. After washing, the second vital step is drying. What's that? It means removing all moisture, not just surface water like in summer. Open all doors, wipe all rubber seals completely dry. No moisture at all. So the quick process, wash the car thoroughly, then use a special chamois cloth to absorb water. Clean and very dry right away. Don't wipe it. Why? Because the next step is using compressed air. Any car wash should have an air gun with a hose. When you pull the trigger, it blasts air under high pressure. You'll feel the recoil. This compressed air must be used to blow dry the car thoroughly. Insert door locks inside and blow around the mirror's edge. Take your time with this. Remove all moisture, including from headlight gaps and wipers. Wipe the glass and rubber parts touching it. Blow out water in the wiper's moving parts. Otherwise, when leaving the car wash and turning on wipers, they won't work as they've frozen. Clear all moving parts. Before refueling, open the door to access the filler neck. Yes, insert the nozzle there, they will refuel for you. Similarly, use compressed air to clear out the locks. It's very important. Now the most interesting part starts. We'll leave the car wash to avoid distractions and I'll show you everything. We won't go far because the water will freeze very quickly. I only drove about 50 meters from the car wash to avoid obstructing traffic. Yes. Now turn the heater up to 3. Aim it at the windshield and your feet to dry the mats and warm the cabin. Take the rags I washed. I'll wring them out well. Let's go dry the car. You can also turn on the rear defroster. At each car wash, guys, they clean differently. I saw they used air to dry. Now, while it's light out, I'll say again, it's crucial to blow out the door locks with compressed air. The handles, mirrors, lock and fuel cap, blow it all out. There shouldn't be any moisture left. These handles here, these handles. Now the wipers. Here's what we do. We open all doors to let moisture out of the cabin. Open the fuel cap, trunk, and everything possible. If any water freezes, it'll freeze with doors open. When you close the door, you'll break off that ice. Now, let's make sure these rubber seals are clean. First, ensure it's dry. Everything should be well dried. If you see moisture, wipe it with a wrung out cloth or dry microfiber. there's a rubber seal that touches the metal. Make sure it's dry when you park overnight. The rubber here is damp too. The better you dry it now, the less likely anything will freeze. The rubber seal is crucial. See how wet it is? Wipe it thoroughly. If left wet, it'd freeze by morning. There's a lot of water here. Wipe it all down, dry it. Now the lid, the rubber touches here. Remove all moisture. Next, we use silicone grease. If your seals are dry, mine are, I treated them earlier, apply the grease like this. It can be a spray. I rub it in with my fingers. It's fine, I'll wash my hands after. It's faster this way. See, your seal should look shiny and slick. Now for the fluid we're treating, there's a tube here. We put it on like this, insert it into the cylinder and treat it with the solution. See, it coats the inside. We do the same with this lock. It's good to spray the lock itself too to coat the perimeter. So we've reached our destination. Now for the final step. When you arrive, don't set the handbrake ideally. If you're not parking right away, drive for 10 minutes. Accelerate and brake to dry the mechanisms. At night, it's best not to use the handbrake. Before heading home, do a final check. Open the trunk, hood, all doors and the fuel cap. Fuel and such, if something's off, catch it early. You'll fix it quick. Let's check the wash results in the morning. So, the day after the car wash, early at 7:30 AM, just dawn. We're heading to the car to inspect it, see what held up. Well, here it is. Look, all windows intact, headlights and locks working fine. See how everything opens? Let's check. Yep, all functioning. Now the trunk, it's a tricky one. All good here too. See the rubber seals? All normal. So friends, if you wash carefully, all's well. Now let me show you the outside temp. I bet it's well below 20. Right now I'm browsing a burgundy computer. It's -22 outside. Yesterday we washed at -16 or -17. By the time I dried off, it dropped to -18. As you can see, the mirrors and glass are fine. Nothing cracked inside, nothing froze because we opened all doors to let moisture out. So you can wash your car in -15 to -25 frost, but be smart about it. I hope that's clear. I've explained and shown everything. If you have questions, ask in the comments. Don't be shy. That's all for today. As always, I wish you all good luck. Don't forget to subscribe and like the videos. I try to bring you useful content. Bye everyone.